The Supreme Court of Pakistan's judgment in Civil Appeal number 2384 of 2016 and Civil Appeal number 2385 of 2016 addresses the appeals against the decisions of the Federal Service Tribunal, which had modified the major penalties of dismissal from service to a reduction in timescale for the respondents Amanat Ali and Muhammad Azam, respectively. Key points of the judgment. The Supreme Court granted leave to appeal based on the contention that the respondents were found guilty of serious allegations of embezzlement, but the Service Tribunal only reduced their penalties. The appellants argued that the respondents failed to comply with their duties and facilitated significant financial fraud, which was established during the inquiry. The Respondents' Counsel argued that the inquiry was not properly conducted and the penalties were too harsh for what they considered mere inefficiency and negligence. The Supreme Court found that the Service Tribunal did not properly appreciate the inquiry reports and failed to identify any serious defects in the inquiry process that would warrant modifying the original punishment. The court emphasized that the Service Tribunal has the power to modify penalties but must exercise this discretion within legal limits and ensure that the punishment is proportionate to the misconduct. Ultimately, the Supreme Court set aside the tribunal's judgments and restored the original penalties of dismissal from service for both respondents. Legal analysis Nafan. The judgment underscores the principle that the administrative authority primarily determines the appropriate punishment, and the role of the tribunal court is to review this decision without substituting its own findings unless the decision is unreasonable or unlawful. The court highlighted the importance of proportionality in punishment, especially in cases involving public funds, where the penalty must serve as a deterrent to prevent future misconduct. The decision reaffirms the tribunal's obligation to exercise its jurisdiction judiciously and not to undermine the gravity of proven charges by imposing minor penalties for serious offenses. Relevance. This judgment is significant as it clarifies the scope of the Service Tribunal's powers in modifying disciplinary actions and reinforces the need for penalties to reflect the severity of the offense. It serves as a precedent for future cases where the proportionality and appropriateness of administrative penalties are in question. The ruling also sends a strong message about the judiciary's stance on corruption and the misappropriation of public funds, emphasizing the need for strict penalties to maintain integrity within public services. The judgment is a clear indication that the Supreme Court is willing to uphold stringent measures against corruption to ensure accountability and deterrence in public office. It reflects the judiciary's commitment to uphold the rule of law and the proper administration of justice in cases of financial misconduct. If you require further details or a more in-depth analysis, please let me know. Subscribe our channel for more legal analysis